Today on Mob Rules,
We talk about L.V.O.
we talk about L.V.O. That's about it.
Right.
All that and
Not
not
much
much else
on
on episode 43 of
Mob Rules.
Welcome to Mob Rules, episode 43.
Well,
I am John,
Hi,
joined
John.
as always by
Dave.
Dave. Well, we're going to be joined later by
okay.
Dave.
All right.
You are Ted.
I'm Ted.
You're Ted.
Yeah.
No Phil this week as we are live
He has
from Las
AIDS.
Vegas. But what happens in
But not
Vegas
really.
stays in Vegas, and all of our recording got lost.
Aw.
But luckily, Dave, he is the fantastic shoutcaster for Frontline Gaming.
Yeah.
Had a grueling weekend with 9 rounds of 40K. Will be joining us live via Skype
Yay, Skype.
to talk again after we made him talk on
Yeah.
last Sunday
Gosh, I
about
can't believe
L.V.O.
it.
stuff.
I feel so embarrassed. Like, this is literally the third time we recorded that with him.
Yeah, so we recorded the first 40 minutes, I think, the first time.
No, well, maybe. The first time, I don't remember how far we got into it.
We got
before-
pretty far.
I don't think the first time we did. The second time we did.
Okay.
The second time we actually recorded the entire episode, and then the recorder decided that it wasn't going to save it, which I think is a setting thing. It's really weird.
Yeah, because it's what happens in
anyway.
Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, no, that's it.
So we're back from Las
Yeah.
Vegas. We were rested. Mostly rested. For the people who came up and said hi to us over the Vegas weekend, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sorry
Well, it
if I
didn't
was
happen to me,
rude. Like I said, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to be.
Don't be that way.
I shouldn't be me. I owe you a awkward hug
What was
next
his
time
name?
I meet. Oh, dude, I forget.
I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Yeah,
It's gonna be even worse
he told
now.
me his name too. So please send me a message.
Sorry, Dale.
Send me a
Steve.
message, and I will name a Space Marine
Rick.
after you in our next
Yeah.
skit.
Yeah.
That I do, and
Yeah.
that seems fair.
But you were getting your dick stomped on by
I was getting my dick stomped on.
midget
Yeah.
Austrian.
We go more into kind
autistic
of the LVO
strippers.
stuff and
Yeah.
the Vegas stuff in general. Talking
Right.
to Dave, but yeah, it's a great weekend, and we are back. The shitload of new Eldar stuff came
Yeah.
out. I'm very excited for. We'll go into that in later episodes. But yeah, that's about it. Ted,
Tell her, man. Tell her. You've been like hella like hobbying, haven't you?
I mean, hella hobbying. Unemployment suits me.
So nice.
Yeah. So far this week, I've started 2 Warp Hunters, a Wraith Knight. I finished the Avatar of Nid. I started 20 Scat Bikes. Just kind of getting ready for kind of the big competitive tournament. Oh, and Battlezone Ursa.
Yeah.
Alaska RBA Gaming Convention that we have up here that I've been voluntold that I'm running here. We did the walkthrough of the hall on last Friday.
Really?
Yeah, it was super cool. So
Is
we
it the
walked,
same place?
It's at the Egan Center this year.
Oh, okay.
We have a bigger
cool.
space.
Much cooler.
We have a bigger space, and like I texted you, Tad.
Yeah.
I saw the layout. I'm like, hey man, can we fit like a 9-foot by 9-foot square in this corner here?
Adepticus Titanicus.
Yeah, so we can run the Titanicus, because honestly, it looked super cool when you ran into the Battle Brothers last year. And you have all of that terrain.
Which is sitting in my closet.
So-
Barely, actually. It's in the garage, in the closet, in the living room. And
Yeah,
everywhere else.
yeah, I'm very excited that we can bring that in there, and we're going to try and reach out to the organizer of Battle Brothers from last year and see if he wants to run his giant X-wing event there as well.
Oh, cool.
And see if he wants to kind of collect for his causes and things like that, which would be super cool.
Good. Yeah. I think he's still. I asked him a couple days ago if he was going to do AKBB, and I think like some things are in the air. So that might, I don't know, but he might be happy to
Like I
merge
said,
the two.
And then even not merging, because I know he likes to keep his stuff there, just kind of giving him the opportunity to kind of raise cash, because I know those causes that he raises for are very important to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're back from LVO.
Yeah.
I'm bursting full of ideas for my little convention.
And credit card bills.
And credit card bills. Oh yeah, everywhere. Strip club credit card bills.
Geez.
Did you know?
No. I
In
didn't
Las
know.
Vegas, Nevada,
What?
when you go for a 3-song private dance at a strip club,
Oh shit.
not only
Damn.
does it cost $100 for the dance, you have to buy yourself and the girl a drink, which
Okay.
costs $25 a drink.
Oh.
You're expected to tip the girl on top of that.
So $150 plus dollars.
Okay, so then you tip the girl, and then when
Is
they
that tipped on the $100 or the $25?
on the $100.
Okay, so that's roughly $20.
Yeah, about $20.
So you're looking at like 170.
Yeah, and then so when the very nice suited giant bouncer comes back with your credit card, they not only take a photocopy of your ID, they take a thumbprint from you as well.
Weird, Big Brother.
But yeah, they take a thumbprint. That way you can't go home to your mad wife and be like, "Oh, I didn't even go. That wasn't even me."
Yeah,
and they let you know. So we went to the Sapphire Lounge.
So dwarven autistic strippers. What is this?
No, so we went to the Sapphire Lounge, which is there was like literally like 150 to 200 girls there. It was like crazy.
Wow.
But they were like,
now this is the big roller one, isn't it?
Yeah,
is this like the biggest one?
Yeah, it was, and we shouldn't have gone
Okay.
there. But the guy was like, "Hey, don't worry, it shows up in your credit card statement as Sapphire Restaurant." And I'm like, "Oh, that totally doesn't make it sound like a strip club at all."
Wow.
And I'm paying that much at a restaurant. Yeah, it was fun times. Vegas, baby.
Beers.
Gotta do it once.
Sorry,
Hey, I had permission. I wasn't the one who got in trouble. Yeah, that's a different story.
Ooh.
That's an all fair
right.
thing. But yeah, so Vegas was good. We're back.
Yeah.
I want to apologize. We're like I said, we're about a week late, but
Yeah.
it happens. We're free. You get your refund. You get your bitching. There was a great independent characters that came out in the in between, so you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So everyone's happy. Made sure
Nice.
they released a day early. But yeah, so that's about all I have to say.
Yeah. Oh,
Let's pull Dave on and let's talk some Vegas.
All right.
Vegas, baby.
Dialing noises. Ring, 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 ring. There we go. So I think we're. Hello, Dave. Hello, number 6. Dave.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Whoa.
We're gonna pot you up a little bit.
Yeah.
How are you, Dave?
Using technical terms.
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Doing well. Can you hear us
Luscious.
okay?
Doing lusciously.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. It's a little choppy, but not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because we're not wearing underpants.
We're doing it on purpose. I specifically asked Ted to wear underpants. Just because you're on Skype doesn't mean he is.
I like your dogs. So how you doing, Dave?
I'm doing good, sure.
Yeah.
Had a nice day of work.
Yeah?
Relaxing with home. Yeah.
So how's your first day or your first week back into the grind, into reality?
Into reality. It's just normal, dude. When you're at when you're 40 plus, you're kind of on autopilot for the most part.
Oh, okay. So you're done with dreams.
You know what I mean?
You're done with the residual, the messy cleanup of Las Vegas and all that.
Oh, I was pretty. Mine was pretty easy, man. I didn't have too much going on. I didn't party too hard. It was just right back into work.
Oh, cool.
Well, I think we have here Dave with us, the second most recognizable voice from Frontline Gaming. This is our most frequent guest at this
In the
point.
last week. Yeah.
This will be our third attempt at recording this, proving the old adage, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, frustratingly true.
Oh, man.
As, our technology died. we did not say the right prayers. We did not bless the machine spirits.
The squig oil was not plentiful.
No, we kicked poor Dave out of his apartment. No, this Dave.
The other
Dave.
Dave.
Yeah.
The other white Dave.
It's a popular name.
That's right. That's right.
Biblical and all.
But yeah, we're all here to talk again about our L.V.O. experience. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be amazing. We're going to keep it fresh and new. for you guys, it'll sound fresh and new. Maybe. Hopefully, it won't be all tired. But yeah, essentially, the three of us came together here. We had 3 very different Vegas experiences at L.V.O.
Yeah.
Ted, of course, took part in the narrative and did a whole bunch of painting classes there, looking up his skill level. I took part in the friendly and drank heavily and gambled. And then Dave shoutcasted the entire 40K GT, the biggest GT for Warhammer 40K that there's ever been, with about 400 people showing up. And only about 220 of them had Riptide wings. So it was refreshing to see.
I don't think that's an exaggeration, to be honest.
It's only like I'm back from the friendly now, so I'm getting back in the competitive mindset. And it's complete coincidence that I actually have bartered my way to a Riptide wing.
Have you really?
Yeah.
What do you mean coincidence? Like, this doesn't sound like a good coincidence.
Oh, well, no. So playing Aldar, as I do,
Yeah.
obviously completely underpowered book. Nothing to show for it.
Right. It's right under orcs.
Right under orcs and power
Chaos
level.
Space Marines.
But I was Skyhammer has been causing me no end of problems, and I really I want to punch Skyhammer in the face. So I was like, well, where do I get a really good source of cheap interceptor?
This doesn't sound like a coincidence at all, bro.
I wonder if there was a formation that's around 600 points I can slot in that'll give me ridiculous amounts of interceptor fire.
I think you can find it at the same spot 256 other people at the LVO.
That's Orc Ludas with Cotias, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the difference between rolling a 6 and a 5.
Man, I wish Cotias could go in with Orcludas. That thing would be disgusting. Oh, man. But yeah,
anyway, great again.
But anyway, seeing as let's play along. We're still in Vegas, obviously. We're not back home. So a week later, definitely not that way. Ted, why don't you tell me a little bit about your experiences with the Las Vegas Open?
Las Vegas Open was pretty
Not
great.
not the dart,
not the other side.
not the dart tournament that comes up when I Google Las Vegas Open.
Oh, really? Yeah. Does this have to do with midgets? No, it was really professional. I was really impressed with how streamlined everything was and how everything just seemed to go off without a hitch. So, of course, I was kind of like, I was trailing Reese and Frankie and all those guys, like, trying to not quite listen in, but I was just kind of like watching. I was floating around a lot, and so I saw them constantly changing things up and adjusting the dials and everything else. So I'm sure it wasn't exactly as streamlined as I felt, but that was pretty awesome. I mean, has volunteers will adjust.
Well, they've been doing it for a couple of years now. I mean, I think they're pretty much become convention pros, I think, when it comes to tabletop wargaming.
Oh, that's right. They got the Bay Area Open they run as well.
Yep.
A couple others. What else do they run?
Well, they don't run, I don't think, too much anymore, but those are just standard tournaments. This is a convention. It's a whole different ball of wax.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, and I think no visible issues arose the whole weekend, which I'm sure there was a ton behind the scenes, but nothing visible happened at all. That
was really cool. The painting classes were a lot of fun. I learned quite a bit. Ran into some other Alaskans that were there, so I think I ran into more Alaskans there than Adepticon. So that was kind of neat. We're staying to the West Coast.
Wow, who wants to go to Chicago?
I know, Schaumburg, nonetheless. What the hell's a Schaumburg?
Well, technically, you're part of the West Coast crew. You're just a little removed from what people would normally consider the West Coast crew.
We're like the West Coast second cousin.
The hot second cousin.
It just means we can marry California.
Oh. So yeah, that was kind of it. And, it was neat meeting a lot of people. There was they had the vendor hall was kind of a light version of it, but they had all the heavy hitters. I think we had Green Man Designs. The green stuff people were there, and I got the tentacle maker thing.
Oh,
yeah, pretty stoked about that. I've been eyeballing that. I actually had their website saved on my phone for the last year. I was like, man, I really should buy one of these. What's that?
You got the tentacle maker?
Yeah.
Those guys were there?
Yes. Yeah. Did you miss it?
Dang, I work too much, man. I wanted the tentacle maker.
Dude, volunteering sucks. Don't do it. It's the worst. I'll share my tentacle maker with you.
Yeah, next time I'm in Alaska, I'll just drop by. We can have a tentacle night.
Oh man, that's the start of so many hentais.
We'll make tentacles for Snuggies.
Oh man,
paint each other's nails.
Tentacle Snuggy will not be the name of this episode.
Oh really?
So Dave, you have a very unique kind of perspective of the whole weekend, being is it that you spent 90% of it watching kind of some top level 40K being played. So kind of what was your weekend like there at the old L.V.O?
Well, it's work. I mean, but I think I get a really cool perspective. I mean, I'm a garage hammer guy, right? I don't play hardcore tournament lists, and we've just gone to a couple tournaments, me and some of my friends, and so to watch these guys, these masters of the game, they get out there and They always have dice in their hand. You know, there's no breaks. There's no pause. You're watching fantastic strategies take place that, you know, I mean, they start right from the beginning when the guys get there with their armies.
Mm-hmm.
They're not talking smack, but they're definitely asking leading questions and defining terrain. And the way they present it is basically the way they want the game to go. But there's like, you know, they lead questions to find out the way the other guy thinks. And it's interesting to watch. It's a lot of fun to watch. I'm really lucky. I mean, I'm not getting paid. I'm volunteering, but man, I get to see some good stuff, some good action.
So last week when we went, you know, I tried to put my entire army into the biggest box I could, because I figured I could start the game from an advantage by intimidating my opponent with a very large box. Did you see other people with very large boxes?
You know, normally the smaller box, the better.
Okay.
Then you're like, oh, man.
It's how you use the box, I guess.
Oh, it was Vegas.
It was Vegas. Oh, you know, no, not so much that, but just the verbal sparring that goes on pre-game. You know, it's friendly, it's polite, it's
they get lots of back rubs,
but it's definitely leading questions. You know, they're trying to get into your brain already, and I noticed you can see this on the threads too. Some of the top tournament guys always say that one of the keys is, you know, to speak with authority and kind of establish the fact that you're the pro, right? You know what you're talking about. Everything you say is law, you know. And you can do that a little bit, even at the very beginning, by, you know, just pointing out terrain when the other person says, how do you want to define it? And instead of letting them do it, you go around and say, well, we'll call this 4 up, we'll call this 5 up, anything behind this is 5 up. You know, and right from the get-go, you take a leading role in basically how the game's going to be played. So there's little tricks all the way through it. It's pretty cool.
It's the more polite peeing on the table. You're like, this table is mine. This is what all the terrain is. Are you okay with that?
Did anybody do that?
Yes, but it was off camera.
Oh, okay.
And we had a volunteer place himself between the urinator and the table itself. So
a little lookout, sir. There.
Yeah, no table terrain was damaged in the process, but it didn't matter if it had been because it's a fat mat, and you just
you ring it out.
It's a really good sales pitch right
wow.
there. Survives being peed on.
Now by ShamWow.
You can just see you can see the one kid and was like, okay, Gary, I want to thank you for volunteering to help at L.V.O, and I know we haven't got a position for you yet, but we really appreciate you volunteering. So what I need you to do, you're on pee watch. I want you to make sure no one pees on the main table. And yeah, because like it's my time to shine.
Especially on Sunday, it's a big pee day.
For the Emperor.
No, but you know, it is a cool spot to watch. I get to basically hover without annoying these top guys, and it's kind of fun. And you become, although I wasn't an official judge, you become a de facto judge. You know, they when the two guys need help and there's not a judge nearby, they'll often just turn straight to you, and you become that de facto guy. So yeah, you get to interact a little bit with them. You get to and watch it all happen. And plus, it's just, you know, the armies up there are really cool. They're interesting builds, and I get to interview the guys too, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
And so yeah, and you know, you get to find out who painted what, because some guys are just as much into the hobby at those top tables as they are.
Really? See, yeah, I always figured the top table people can't paint. But that's not the case.
That is not the case, man. That's not the case.
That's what I tell myself why I don't get to the top table, is that I like to paint.
You're too busy painting.
Right.
Well, admittedly, like some of them, you know, when the meta changes fast, the paint job does, you know, suffer a little bit.
Yeah.
But you know, if our meta that we have right now has been established, I think, for the last couple months at least, other than pink horse. But.
Yeah. And even then, they were ruled on super quick, where if you had a squad of pinks, you had to have exactly the number of blues and brims to go with it. So like you're like, oh, so I need to find 20 blues and 40 brims like yesterday. And of course, up until like I think the day of the tournament, they were not available separately.
So people using fruit.
I know someone brought Dryad heads as brimstone horrors. I think that was Brett. The tournament winner. I think he actually had Dryad heads that were painted yellow because their hair stands up.
Yeah,
they look pretty decent.
It was on fire.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean,
was tabletop quality.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, the brims themselves aren't like super huge detail. They're just like little specks of fire with a smile and 2 eyes. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's appropriate.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool though. I mean, I thought it was unique and fun. I like the idea of flaming heads as brimstone hordes. I thought the rule's cool. It works for me.
One piece of claim to fame that you had, you lent a certain celebrity a tie, right? and they jacked it, right? They were supposed to bring it back, and they didn't.
At the end of it all, I found out he did. He gave it to the Frontline folks, gave it to Mariana. And it's kind of my fault because I built that early because I knew they'd be picking up train all day. So,
okay.
So
Rob didn't jack your tie.
The last L.V.O, I wore unique jackets like every day. They're like purple and orange and stuff like that. So this L.V.O, though, I decided to class it up a little bit, and I wanted bow ties and vests for days. And Rob, the shoutcaster for Games Workshop, who was doing Age of Sigmar all weekend, he kept saying, "Man, you look sharp. You look sharp." And so finally on Sunday, I said, I have an extra bow tie that I'm not going to use. And he's like, "Really, mate? Really?" And sure enough, he wore that thing all day Sunday, and then almost forgot to give it back to me, but he gave it to Mariana, so I'll get it from Frontline eventually.
So now your IP is in the Games Workshop IP, so you could legally ask them to take it down if you copyright the look of that tie.
I'm going to send them a cease and desist order.
Yes!
Oh man, let's relive those dark days.
Oh no, yeah, no kidding. Those guys, they were awesome. They were so friendly, so outgoing, and here they are working for the company that I think anyone who plays any kind of GW product kind of dreams of having that kind of job. But they were just everybody who worked for their team was just fantastic. The tech guys, the IT, everybody was friendly, talkative, and we shared stories. They're good folks, good people.
This is the first major event that they've had this kind of involvement in outside the UK, and hell, I think even including the UK in a long time.
Yeah.
They did the Age of Sigmar there. Those shoutcasters that they had for Games Workshop literally talked nonstop for 3 days.
Oh God,
it was insane.
Yeah. Because they cover the whole thing, right? They speak over the game. Their players aren't mic'd up like the 40K players are, so they speak over the game the entire time. Now, Age of Sigmar games don't normally go as long as a 40K game, but yeah, I mean, Rob, their main guy, his voice was just sounded jacked every night. It sounded horrible. I don't know what he did overnight, whether he gargled salt water or took Supercal or something, but he was okay in the morning.
Virgin blood.
So it's always the way to go.
Which is hard to find in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas Virgin is the same as Alaska Virgin. It's a lady with only one child. Well, there goes all of our listeners.
Poor Alaska Vegas.
Maybe you gained some. Who knows?
Oh yeah. But yeah. So for my L.V.O, I participated in the friendly tournament. Determined to
the not so friendly tournament.
Yeah. Well, it was the way I see it.
Yeah.
Is you're not going to pay all this money to go and take a scrub list down and just be like, I got a CAD and I'm just going to do this and this. But it was more the attitude of the players, which was fantastic the whole weekend. Like I played 4 games. I won the first one. The next 2 I won by a single dice roll. And both guys were awesome. And I got absolutely curb stomped on the 4th one. Just absolutely destroyed. But the players the whole time were fantastic. And there was no huge rules questions or debates or, hey man, why does that do that? And, it would answer right away rather than just the judge kind of thing, which I really appreciated there. But yeah, I ran the foot door. I also had one of our listeners come up and say hi. Sorry if I was a bit short. I was in the middle of getting my dick stomped. So I was trying to figure out. Yeah. But he came up.
What's the friendly? Hello. You're supposed to be able to take time to say hi to the fans. And I think you guys specifically said on a podcast pre-L.V.O, come on up and say hi.
Yeah.
you can
just not while we're playing.
You can cut that part out right there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But no, awesome guy. And again, thank you very much for coming up. But it was a great experience the whole weekend. I can't complain. Like I said, there was no visible issues going on. Forge World was there, which was my only visible issue because I spent way too much money there.
See, like each time I think we were talking about going there, I was like, all right, now it's 25% markup. Don't go. Just wait. Order it online. Of course, I went and spent like $300 at the Forge World table.
Yeah, I think I spent that as well.
Well, thank you.
You got to get those event exclusives.
Yeah.
Where else are you going to get a couple Blood Bowl players for a team I don't play?
And they had a buttload of exclusives too.
Yeah,
like
or a Chaos Sorcerer when I collect Imperials.
I think
But it's such a cool model, man.
Oh man, it really is. Yeah.
I think they kind of keyed in on that. I remember last year they had it was like 2 Heresy models, and that was all their event exclusives. But now they had like 5 or 6.
Yeah. They had the
2
Warlord
Heresy.
Titan head, which is about $100 event exclusive.
Oh god. Yeah.
They had a couple Night Titan heads. They had a couple Hobbit miniatures, which I was almost in on, because they look really good.
Oh, okay.
I don't play Hobbit though, so I was like, okay, I'm good with only 3 miniatures I don't use.
And a Chaos Dwarf from
That
Sigmar.
Chaos Dwarf looked amazing.
The blast from the past.
Yeah, but then I don't have a Chaos Dwarf army.
No.
Or sorry, Dark Dwarf and
Well, you buy like 40 of those event exclusives and you have one. We represent
yeah, so I did buy the Sasquatch Wraith Knight though. That was my one big splurge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that the
The
Skittles?
Scathanach?
The Scathanach, the Sasquatch, the Skittles Wraith Knight,
Okay.
the Forge World Wraith Knight no one likes. So I got
Oh
that.
my goodness. You're such a just hop on the bandwagon, Trevor. Here comes the bandwagon.
Hey man, friendly's over. It's competitive season again.
Go up there and spread the love to the people of Alaska.
No.
By the way, have you not seen this yet? Watch. You can jump in and out of combat.
Oh.
Yeah, no crap. They've seen it before. I played against it up here before. It's awful. As we talk about our friendly, I look over at my table over there and I see 2 Warp Hunters and a Skittles Wraith Knight and but 20 Scatterbikes. Yeah.
But overall, I mean, even playing the friendly, it was still pretty competitive and a lot of fun, yeah?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was competitive. Like I said, it was, to me, it was kind of the attitude of the players there. They were just there to have fun and play some 40K games. No one really cared about winning or losing. There's some tense moments and stuff, especially when it kind of comes down to that. Like I said, I had 2 games be decided by the very last ice roll, and it's been a long, long time since I've had a 40K game like that.
You know,
That's awesome. Yeah, that's what we play for, right? That moment. Ta-da.
I think my favorite moment from the whole weekend was like I had a Falcon Grav tank holding one objective, and then he had some Space Wolf bullshit holding another objective, and then I had like 2 Fire Dragons left in combat with some the what's the baby Grey Wolves called? They're Blood Claws.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Yeah. And so he killed everyone but one person in the squad, and I passed my leadership test, and I didn't run away, and that's the only reason I won that game, because I managed to tie the primary by not running away, and I'm like, ooh, 7 or less on a dice never, 2 dice never felt so good.
So
yeah, for non-Space Marine people, that's actually a scary roll.
Oh, you're telling me. I will know some fear. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, even volunteering, I could tell everybody was having a blast. You know, every time I walked around the hall at all, people were smiling, having a good time. It doubled from last year. I mean, when I went in 2016, we only had the big hall to the north, and that hall was all 40K and a little bit of Age of Sigmar. That whole bottom part of the west side of the hall, that was all added in this year, and then the hobby classes and everything. I hope it keeps growing. I think it's a lot of fun. It's fun to see. I just walk through Bally's, and you're like, oh yeah, that's 40K. That's 40K.
That was so awesome to see, like the casino floor with like all these old ladies and families, and then like all the nerds and like the battle foam cases. That was awesome. We represent that shit. It was so good.
Yeah, it was cool. It was fun.
I gotta say, one of my favorite memories from the whole weekend was me and one of the guys from Fairbanks. Eric. Okay. We heard this screaming coming from the casino. So we find this old lady who's just like jumping, arms up in the air, screaming beside a slot machine. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I think she won something. I'm going to go congratulate her. And then so I go up and tap her on the shoulder. I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, did you just win? She's like, yes. And I'm like, well, what'd you win? Like $1,000 or something? She's like, $3,000. Like she's crying with happiness.
Wow.
So I gave her a high five and told her good job and went away. Felt good.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That was a good memory.
She didn't slip you a chip or nothing?
No, nothing. I was really pissed off. I was like, you could at least give me 100. Come on, I'm nice now.
At least a kiss, right?
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I got to get
Little
that.
Sugar mama.
You get me a sugar mama with a $3,000 Vegas win.
Well, you just validated her addiction.
Yeah.
Next line should have been, where are we going next?
I have to say, well, I did stay at the hotel. So it was a trip staying at the hotel. And then, like, you would get up in the morning. You would go downstairs to find some breakfast because it was like a third world hotel room with no mini fridge in it.
Oh.
But you would go downstairs and the elevator doors would open and it would just be, it could be 6 a.m. It could be 3 p.m. It was just like lights, sound, people everywhere. And it was just, it was very kind of unnerving. To like, oh, okay, I'm somewhere. To the point where like, I've been in hotels, like, I just kind of throw on clothes and a hat, so my hair's on a mess, and not shower and go down and eat. Where I felt that I was like, okay, this is a proper public place now. I have to be presentable whenever I go down. It was crazy.
Vegas never sleeps, baby.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
God.
Oh, the other thing we did while we were there, we heckled the card vendors, and I think that was one of my favorite things we did.
Yeah.
If you've never been to Las Vegas,
you mean the hardest working guys in Vegas? The guy standing on the street with the happy-go-lucky cards, flicking them at everybody?
Oh, yeah.
And the bullhorn.
Oh, and the bullhorn. So if you've never been to Vegas, when you go along, kind of the main strip is kind of like this weird adult Disneyland of sound and lights and color.
Capital A adult.
Yeah, capital A adult. And you have these guys in the street handing out cards to, strip clubs, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then like the first night we're very polite and we took the cards and we moved along. And then the next night we were like, no, thank you. I have like literally a suitcase full of cards. And then these people start getting aggressive to you.
Yeah.
So we'd say no, and they'd be like, well, you guys look like you ain't getting any pussy tonight. You might as well see some titties anyway. And we're like,
that was the guy with the bullhorn, wasn't it?
Right. So I'm like, okay. So then we just started yelling stuff back at them. We're like, well, man, I like dick. Are you on the menu there? And that shut him up real quick.
I wish I thought that
you're such a small, unintimidating person.
Oh, I know. He's just a small wafer of a man. And I think then one of my other favorite ones is we're walking along, and I almost cracked in this one. He's like, you guys want to go to the strip club tonight? And I'm like, no. And he's like, are you sure we got midgets? And I'm like, oh, don't break.
You should have broke.
I wish we would have known each other better, because right then you should have come and got me immediately.
Like, hey, Dave, midget strippers. No, so then we start.
Your wives can't get upset at that.
We start walking away.
Did they at least have cards? Like cards with the midgets?
Like half cards?
No. Certainly not.
Yeah,
So,
I'm like, I want proof right now. Before I walk that extra mile and a half to take a cab, I want proof that there's midgets there. You're just suckering me in.
I don't have a Dremel lined up, but Dave, you have a small problem.
No.
But no, so we started walking away still, and then I swear to God, we had to keep someone walking with us because one of our group turned around to go back when he's like, they're autistic midgets.
What?
And I'm like, man, you're going all in on this sales pitch, thinking we're just into some.
How many autistic midgets are out there, and how many autistic midgets are strippers? I mean, this is like, I don't know. You can't get more niche than that.
Vegas, baby.
Yeah, I guess.
It's where it's at.
Do they have like a breeding pool for them? Like,
yeah. But yeah, so yeah, it was a lot of fun.
We feed the midget mothers lead so they have autistic babies.
Oh man. They're spiraling in the drain. So how about those Titans, man? Did you just see those Titans in the 30K?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
So yeah, back on topic. On the Sunday afternoon, I believe it was, they had an apocalypse game. Which took up about 4 to 5 tables. But I got to see my first ever Warlord Titan, and that thing.
Oh, okay.
That thing is huge.
Yeah.
Like that too from Fantasy Island, man. That thing is that is a giant piece of work. Oh. We took a picture of it, me and the other day. I mean, it was huge. I can't believe people buy that thing.
Oh. I couldn't imagine the structural integrity in order to keep that thing in one piece. Like my buddy.
How many serfs and servitors are in that thing?
Well, I was thinking just the resin, but yeah, I mean, there's that too. Because my buddy has a reaver, and he says he always has a hard time magnetizing it or kind of keeping it together because the thing is so heavy that they and they have like little wafers kind of cut out to where you can put in big magnets for the arms, so you can swap them out. Because like last thing you want to do is like 2 volcano cannons. Shit, that's a lame setup. Okay, I have to buy another reaver. Laser destroyers.
You got one, you gotta have 2. It's like Helldrakes, right?
Yeah. Forge World's like, yes, right as planned.
But yeah, like trying to keep carry that thing and then kind of keep it in one piece. Like that's got to be a grip.
Yeah, usually they don't glue them at the waist.
Oh, okay.
And then they keep those 2 sections separate because when the Warlord died very quickly to an Elder Phantom Titan, it was just kind of a pair of legs left on the battlefield there. But yeah, it was an amazing looking game because literally every single super heavy in the game was on that table, and not just on the table but painted well. And I think that kind of goes into talking about the 30K event they had at L.V.O. So that's a smooth segue there.
Whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
nice.
I know. It's professional,
man,
right?
You just Conway'd
like
that.
a pro.
Oh man, God, just so professional. I have to say there was like a 70-person tournament there for Warhammer 30,000.
Okay.
Or Battles in the 30th Millennium or whatever they call it. Oh no, Battles in the Age of Darkness. I think is the first title. But like almost every single army there was beautiful, very well painted, very well modeled, individualized, without almost exception. And it was very surprising, honestly, to see kind of the level of quality coming from those tables.
Really? I mean, that's like the elite of the elite. I don't know if I'd be surprised. I mean, they're already paying like time and again for the pieces that they're getting, and you don't like say wake up when you're like 22 and say, you know what, I'm going to start a Forge World army.
Yeah.
It's like,
no, you got to go through the Snap a Fit, Black Reach. You got to go on eBay and get your first, orc army before you realize it's not playable. Then you switch over to something else.
Man,
it's just a fact, sir.
That's like literally my path back into the hobby in fifth edition.
Right?
Yeah.
You go into the Forge World site and start ordering odd hover jet bikes and weird stuff like that. No. That's the advanced level stuff. You got to work your way up there. Those are older guys with money.
When you're buying models that are body only, like get the arms separate. Yeah. No hands. Shit.
Oh man, have you made that mistake of ordering?
What's that? Buying body only.
Body only.
No, thankfully I knew, but it's still. I mean, I think it's like a testament to that level, like of intentionality to it. You don't get like the kit with all the options. It's like, all right, here you go. You got exactly a dude with a shield and a pistol.
Yeah.
Did you just say of intentionality?
Sorry.
Is that a real word? That was really cool.
It is now. Copyright 2017.
Man, another pro move by the boys from Alaska.
Yeah. But no,
you're totally right, because I listen to 30K podcasts as well, because I find them interesting. Their level of discussion is completely different. They'll be like, oh yeah, you can't mix, the Mark 3 leg with the Mark 4, and I'll totally call you out on that. It's different, but it's also unique and fascinating. It's like people that get into Civil War modeling, right? They're creating exact units from the Civil War the way they were in real life, and I think 30K is almost taken it to that level.
Totally, yeah. I mean, it's definitely been described to me like as a historical game.
Yeah.
Yes.
But on that Mark 3, Mark 4 thing, watch me, bitch. There's future historical precedent of mix and match armors.
Yeah. Aww.
So I was gonna.
Better be traitor, because they're running out, so they got to mix and match. Everybody else better have narrative to go along with that.
The later on in the traders, because at first they did, they had the Mark.
Gonna push up my nerd glasses and say that my legion was far from Terra at the time and couldn't be restocked.
There you go.
No, really. Well, I mean, and I agree with that as well, because so with I have an Imperial Fist Legion, and I have some Templar Brethren, which have Mark 4 legs, the plastic Mark 4 legs, when really, per the torso, they should have Mark 3, which bugs me a little bit. And now I've got Phalanx Wardens who should have Mark 4 legs, but because I have a Burning and Prospero set, they have Mark 3. which bugs me way more than it should.
Wow.
Heresy.
Not enough to change the legs over, admittedly, but yeah.
Yikes.
So, speaking of all these different tournaments and stuff like that, I have some breaking news.
Oh, are you pregnant?
My God. I don't even have a breaking news sound.
Dave is pregnant.
There's your breaking news sound.
All right,
so
thanks.
I actually I contacted Best Coast Pairings the other day.
Oh.
Since we did L.V.O.
Mm-hmm.
Because the ITC is looking to break up their worldwide tournament circuit into regional markets, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As exclusively talked about in the last podcast that didn't leave Vegas.
Episode 33.5.
But the three of us heard it. Anyway,
so
they were saying that they're looking for a release date to break everything up on like the 18th. So that's only a few days away.
Really?
Yes.
I do it on May 5th.
That'd be a good day, May Day.
That's my birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Oh, thanks. The future.
It's like,
happy future birthday, Ted.
I think that's a terrible birthday present for you, Ted. It was like, what do you get for your birthday? Oh, they broke up the competitive scene into regional areas.
Well, I got.
But if Alaska is isolated by itself, then maybe it's good for Ted. Maybe he has a chance to get ranked to something.
I have to say, as of today,
I had plans for this, by the way.
As of today, yours truly has united the stores in Alaska for an Alaskan tournament circuit.
Even Bosco's?
Oh, awesome!
So well, any store is free to apply, but I only contacted stores that run active tournaments on a monthly basis.
Oh, okay.
And so I have all four of the stores that run events up here on board. And all they're going to do is they're going to send me, my only ask is that they run ITC because it's very easy to track. It's very fair and is constantly updated. So they're going to send me all of their data from their tournaments, and then I compile everything. And then at my mini event that we run, the Battles on Ursa in September, we that's going to be our little mini LVO.
Okay.
So yeah, that I just got word from Homer and Fairbanks today that they're in as well.
Oh, cool.
So yeah,
look at you. You go down to the LVO, you get all inspired and fired up. You see all these people getting awards and prizes, and there's so much love, high fives, and handshakes and trophies going around everywhere.
Yeah.
John says, "I will make this the same in Alaska."
Yes.
Except the trophies won't quite be as cool because, man, Dave, those trophies were amazing for 40K.
Just ask Forge World to mint you out a few.
Oh yeah, that'll happen. Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
You never know until you ask. I mean, they wore a bow tie for me at GW. They might make you a trophy. It won't be probably as big.
Like, hey man, remember that 400-person tourney that you made trophies for? Well, I have like a 32-person GT, and
it won't cost as much. We'll pay shipping.
No, it won't. Come on now.
Okay. Well, how about we get like a ChinaCast version of one of the trophies?
No. Oh, Yo-Yo Mark.
Yeah.
It dissolves upon UV rays.
Gonna get cancer from touching it.
Yes.
But yeah, the trophies that were handed out at L.V.O. were specifically cast by Forge World, painted by Games Workshop. They were sweet severed hands carrying chainswords for 40K, and hands holding warhammers for Age of Sigmar, and they were amazing. What were they handed out for, Dave?
They were to represent the best. What's the word I'm looking for?
Faction?
It's not Codex.
Best in faction.
Very much. Best of faction for the players at the LVO itself, not for the ITC, but at the LVO. They had separate trophies for best of factions for ITC for the year long. They had those little crystal ones that the guys from Frontline Gaming brought, but the trophies themselves that Forge World made were for the LVO only, like an event exclusive.
Yeah,
that was a buttload of trophies. I think what was it, like 60 or something odd trophies?
Well, then that was combined between the big LVO 40K tournament and the end of the Frontline ITC season.
Yes,
and it seemed like a lot of guys got one for both. Like if you got the best of the season, and a lot of the times, but not always. Like you got the one for the.
What LVO told me is I should have just entered the GT with Inquisition Primary. And then went 0-6, and I still would have went best in faction because no one went with primary Inquisition.
There was 2 missing. Yeah.
But you know what's interesting is that you were right that sometimes a lot of guys won them both for the year and for the trophies.
Yeah.
But not too long on Facebook afterwards, I saw that, I can't remember who it was, but they compiled a bunch of information about who attends tournaments.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I saw that post, yeah.
Did you see that one?
Was there like a little asterisk that says like Dave Singer does not?
It was on the competitive 40.
He's in his garage.
I think it was on the competitive 40K site, and I think it was mainly to be negative, to be honest, was the benefit or the... If it's a post I'm thinking about. Dave, I'm sorry, continue talking there, and I'll make sure it's what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, I don't know if it's negative. I think let's just use facts like anyone else uses, and we'll twist into what we want it to say. So, the vast majority of people that are registered in the ITC only play in one tournament, according to this little chart. Huh. And there's only like less than 10% play in 4 or more tournaments.
Wow.
So when you're looking at the people that win these trophies for the whole year, a lot of people out there, I think they go to like one tournament and they have a good time, but I don't think they see themselves as potential champions. But I don't know if they realize that if they just go to some of these tournaments, you can get 2 regionals, 2 GTs, and 1 major to get all 5 of your maximum points, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. If you just go, you don't know what's going to happen. There's not that many people competing at the uber level, and it's got to be worth a try. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I am thinking about, man, I'm going to try to hit my 5 this year. Yeah, because it's fun. It's you were saying how you had so much fun at the friendly and the narrative and all that kind of good stuff. Playing in the competitive, I think, is just as fun. Sometimes it's maybe a little more stressful.
It seemed like it's pretty intense, but yeah. I guess if you're drinking while you're doing it, or maybe doing a lot of coke, it should be fine.
Once you lose one, then it's like, oh man, it's just like taking it easy. You're on the downhill slope from there. But it's just fun to go and play against armies you never get to play against, and to meet people you never get to meet unless you get out of your garage and go out to these places. And like when I played at the BAO for the first time last year in 2016, and I played against a Dark Eldar player, which I'd never played against, right?
Yeah.
And it was just fun. It's a great time. So this year I'm going to try to go for all 5. I'm going to see if I can hit it.
So you're going to try and do the L.V.O.?
Yeah, I got to say, Dave, who commentates the commentator?
Oh, I don't know if I'll do the L.V.O. itself, because there's like 2 or 3 majors, I think, in California, so I don't even have to leave the state to hit.
So I got a proposal for you, Dave. You and I started...
I'm already married.
Well, in Australia, it's legal. So, what if we start an LLC that is the David Singer LLC, and you and I represent the David Singer, the godhead of David Singer, and so like you would play half the games at first, I'd play the second half of the games, and then we also commentate, so we swap out, and we'll get matching bow ties. And
well, that's the only way to make it fair, because you can lower his win percentage.
Well, don't forget, I play in the garage on average. I don't know if my weight that at the BAO, I think I won 2, tied 1, the last 3. But like I say, I had a great time. I ain't complaining about nothing. It's worth it. I think just to have more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I want to go out and do some of these things. Not necessarily to win, but just to go out fun.
Honestly, it was like, I think the award ceremony was kind of inspiring. I think just like having awards for every faction was kind of cool. Like there was like increased chance of like walking away with something, but also the wooden spoon that they had there was the coolest fucking wooden spoon award I've ever seen.
I wouldn't use it was a wooden bolter.
Somebody milled a wooden to scale.
The Reese very nicely pointed out that was presented to last place, that was signed by everyone who is better than you.
Who had beaten them, yeah.
Who had beaten them. Oh, man.
Aspirations.
You guys are moderately smart. Do you know...
fuck you.
Sure. I'm going to accept that compliment and not swear at you.
No, he takes it back.
Do you know where the concept of the wooden spoon comes from? Do you know what the history of the wooden product representing last place? Where's that come from?
No, where does it come from?
No,
do you know?
No, I actually don't. I was inspired to ask you right now. I don't even have notes written down for it.
I don't know, but it's a fantastic. It looked great. It looks fantastic. Sadly, the guy wasn't there to accept it. I think like I said, Ted said the award ceremony was really super cool. Like everything that the Frontline does and that you guys do over there production wise looked amazing all weekend and in general as well. But I think my favorite thing from the award ceremony wasn't necessarily the handing out of awards or kind of the recognition to a good job, to a long hard season for players. It was your guys, I'm guessing director or whatever her name is,
Jeff,
silently yelling at Reese to pull the players more into frame because that girl was so animated with her irritated movements. I was like, oh, fantastic.
Mariana is awesome, but we're at a amateur environment and they are trying to be pro, right? It's something that you can control so easy when you're down in the studio down there for them in San Diego. But here we are, you got all these crazy madcap 40K players. It's like trying to herd cats, right? So she's trying to make this pro beautiful podcast or video cast that everyone can watch and enjoy. And yeah, they weren't listening to her too good. It was pretty entertaining, I have to admit.
Yeah, what was entertaining was it was because Reese was being polite and he kept on stepping forward to shake people's hands, but then he would kind of completely move forward. So every now and then he just kind of kept slowly kind of crab walking off frame there.
Yes, yeah. And then the people coming up were off frame as well because he would meet them at a point where they're like half out of the frame. Mariana, she struggled a lot. It was a long weekend for her. Let me tell you. She is really, that little IT crew that run that Twitch cast are probably some of the hardest working people there that whole weekend. They get there even, like at 7 a.m. and they start test running everything and they're getting ice for the computers. It's like a third world product back there trying to make everything last all weekend long, but they do great work. Hard working folks.
Wow. That's nuts. So you were telling me about that earlier, that your computers were overheating and had to get ice. Is that right?
Yeah, well, that's normal, right? Because they're
not in my house.
Probably need. Oh,
well, it's Alaska.
He has some very intensive Google searches.
Yeah, seriously, all the porn at once.
Yeah, so that a MacBook was running it all weekend, and then in the last game, in the 9th game, right, the championship match, it took a dump and just totally fried and overheated.
Damn.
The stress levels on the players was nothing compared to the stress levels of that IT crew. IT crew they're scrambling to try to figure out how to relay cameras, get one to work, and it was hard work. Those people, they earned some time off, let me tell you.
And I think it's almost worse that it happened during the last game.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, Frontline had, for the L.V.O, they had the front page of Twitch both Saturday and Sunday. So, like, a ton of people that had no idea what 40K was saw it because it's on the front page, right? Okay. So they're basically introducing the hobby to thousands and thousands of people that go to Twitch to watch video games, right? And so they're like, well, what is this? It's on the front page. And then here we had a critical fail.
Oh, cool. So your interview of me was on the front page of Twitch?
No,
yeah.
Whoa!
They went off then. That's how you were allowed on.
All right, we're going to do a server reboot and go.
And go.
All right, because I remember...
Yeah, it should have been.
I remember, Ted,
awesome.
you came up to me and you're like, hey, man, Dave can get us on now. Can you go? And I'm like
right now.
I'm like, I'm getting my dick stomped right now. It's very friendly, though, so just go.
I had to pay for this dick stomping. It's amazing. It was an autistic midget.
Quite frankly, that sounded like a good time.
Oh man! So sometimes you'd have to pay extra for that, but no.
Shoes or not.
Brian was very firm but gentle with me, very slowly explaining how his Nurgle formation fucked over my entire army that needed to be in close range.
He's from Portland,
and then I wasted an entire turn trying to shoot a Nurgle Demon Prince with a 2-up save instead of killing all the other units.
Silly habit.
Live and learn.
Live and learn.
But yeah, I think
that's what 40K is all about.
Exactly, and I think next year I'm going to go GT for that. Because I think we're definitely going to go back, and it's time for a different experience.
So I have an idea for that. I've been brainstorming this.
Is it a Riptide Wing? Because that's where I'm going right
now. No, I'm actually going to go the entire opposite. I'm thinking like my primary faction is going to be Legion of the Damned, backed up by Scouts.
Okay.
Dude, I should have that like wooden spoon within a turn.
I was gonna say, I was like, I can wipe out your scouts turn 1, and then your Legion of the Damned won't come in.
Yep.
Well, here's the deal though. The wooden bolter, like let's say I'm going to get the wooden bolter. Let's say you go into the L.V.O. and that's my plan because I want to hang that thing on my wall of shame and pride.
Oh, so you're trying to undo my incompetence, huh?
So you just show up and you're like, here's my 1850 list. It's a 5-man scout squad.
Oh. I think you're wrong. I think it's going to be harder than you think because it's Swiss pairings, right? Which means as the tournament goes on, you get paired up with the people who are doing approximately as good as you. And I guarantee you on game number 6, when you're the bottom feeder on table 200, the guy across from you wants that wood bolter just as bad.
Wow. By pairing 3, it's going to be Dave and I against each other? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
5-man scout versus 5-man scout. And
I kind of honestly
with shotguns.
I kind of honestly want to see that game of 40K where it's just 2 guys with purposely bad armies trying to lose.
And the guy's like, hey, that objective's wide open. Don't bait me, son.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get no mouse for point. What do you think you're doing?
Hey, man, you realize those guns are twin links, right? Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, they're only firing single shot because they're conserving ammo. Your turn.
This seems like a Monty Python sketch for nerds. Nerdier nerds.
Oh, you know what? That actually would be pretty funny. We should try to Facebook Live that next year.
Yeah, I think so.
I want Reese to personally walk up and ask me you actually paid $80 for this. Really?
No, I think there would be more laughter in his voice.
Yeah, probably.
But man, to be honest, okay, so you pay like $80-$100 to get into that GT,
plus the flight, plus the
that handcrafted wooden bolter, I guarantee would be more than the price of the ticket.
Oh fuck yeah! I mean, I'm excited about this.
Dude, that wood bolter is priceless. I mean, let's face it; those are things that you can't replace. That's all that.
Because didn't they say that Frankie's uncle or somebody had made it? It was handmade by the family, La Familia.
Back in the old country of San Diego.
The San Diego Mafia.
Had wooden bolters.
Well, they were suited all weekend, which was very impressive. For I guess you guys don't consider it heat, but I was very, very warm all weekend, being that it was in the 50s, and I had 3 people ask me where my jacket was, and I'm like, it's the 50s. We're good.
Aww.
We're good. But no, so L.V.O. overall, fantastic experience all around. I'm definitely going back next year. I'm definitely not staying in the casino. Yeah, it was very expensive. I heard.
You should have stayed in our ghetto condo.
I think we might get a ghetto house with a ghetto pool.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Did you take pictures inside of there? I mean, I think
I should have.
Mob Rules would have loved to see that beautiful sleeping.
I love it. It was what was it? 1/4 of the walls were covered in mirror, and 3/4 of it were covered in wallpaper, and I think each light socket, everything, the door was covered in light paper, and they matched up the wallpaper just right, so that and it was I think it was wallpaper of birch branches and stuff, and so it matched up all the utilities covers, everything. I think they would drug people and leave them there, and they couldn't escape. I think that was the entire goal.
They didn't even lock the door. It's you had to detect secret door, roll to find secret door just to get out. Roll to find secret door to find the light switch.
Perception roll 1.
No.
Oh, failed. Because it was horrendous. Did you get photos of that there, Ted?
I didn't. I wish.
Okay,
I did.
well then we're gonna have to just use our words, and you're gonna have to believe us. It's if you wallpapered an entire room and it looked like the door was a part of the wall.
Yeah. So I mean,
it's like having a hidden room without wanting it to be hidden, and then unable to leave the house.
And I think the curtains were the same pattern as
exactly
the
same pattern.
And you when there was a plug-in on the mirrored walls, they had mirrored plug-in covers.
Oh, that was classy. I say in my hotel room, when you sat and poop, there was a full-length mirror, ceiling to floor or floor to ceiling on your right-hand side, and then right in front of you as well, so you could be ashamed.
It's almost like pooping with somebody else.
Yeah.
How are you doing? Can you pass me the roll?
but no mini fridge. Which made me sad.
But no mini fridge.
We went to, there was this like little pizza place we went to, and like, hey, you want a takeout box? We're like, yeah, okay. Oh, and street drinking, my new favorite thing. It was amazing. Bonkers. It was, well, because I asked for a to-go box for my pizza, and then they're like, anything, was like, can I get a to-go box for my beer? And like, ha 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 ha. Here's a red Solo cup. Oh shit. Okay. All right, let's keep going.
You thought you were making a joke, but you were wrong.
I really thought I was. Yeah. You know, it was bizarre.
There are advantages though to staying in the casino. It is nice to be that close to the convention hall and everything else. You just needed to have more roommates to split the cost a little bit.
I had 3.
But that shit was
there
expensive.
was 4 of you in one room?
Oh, no, wait, no, there's 3 of us in one room.
Okay.
Okay.
I think
so
the condo
2 roommates.
Yeah.
Yeah, the condo, I think we got it for like $350 for a week and a half or something like that.
Yeah. So I hear stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, I don't have enough roommates to make the hotel worthwhile.
There was some guys like down the about 2 or 3 doors down, and there's probably like 5 of them in a room. So they were going hella cheap.
Yeah.
So yeah, we like walked by afterwards, and they were like yelling into the courtyard, "Warhammer! Woo!" Like,
wait, was that the condo or the hotel?
The condo.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Awesome.
I know. Like, if only the homeless people around there knew how much the Warhammer stuff went for on eBay.
Oh, I know.
Like, I know where I'm robbing tonight.
They'd be
Dude,
cracked.
they weren't getting to those bars. In your condo.
That's true.
That's right.
Right now.
All of your windows were locked up and covered by bars.
Yeah, it was quadruple. The doors were quadruple locked.
Yeah,
Literally
and it
quadruple
had like
locked.
a security door in front of it too.
Yes.
I almost think that they weren't trying to keep people out, but maybe there was like a werewolf or something that lived inside that they were trying to keep in.
It's that person that they would initiate in the room, you know? Like, they're really
It makes perfect sense. Okay, a werewolf is colorblind, so
Okay.
he's going to have a hard time finding the right door.
Sure.
I don't know why you know that already.
I can't
That
tell.
statement alone is making me nervous.
And then if he smashes the windows, he kind of gets past the inch thick iron bars surrounding the windows.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, it's pretty hardcore.
Are you saying that because dogs are colorblind, you're assuming a werewolf is a canine product?
Yeah, you know, stereotyping racism. You know, it's just anti. Well, is it?
Well,
Are werewolves a race?
yeah.
Isn't it a medical condition?
Lycanthropy?
Yeah.
Well, it depends if you're going off the Twilight werewolf or if you're going off the traditional werewolf.
Well,
Or the strip club werewolf, the autistic werewolf.
the autistic werewolf, the werewolf midget.
They're people too.
Little ankle biter.
All right.
I will say, okay, so
Dave
back.
was about to put this in her place. What the heck?
So back to L.V.O. I will say, walking around the hall
Okay.
and kind of checking everything out, every table looked fantastic, which for like a 400-person GT, 40-person friendly, a 70-person 30K, I think 60, 70 people for Age of Sigmar as well, to have every table with appropriate, well-painted terrain was a huge achievement. And of course, fat mats everywhere, because, you know, that's order of their day. But the whole thing looked really good. And I think they sold a ton of terrain off of just kind of how the tables looked.
Yeah. Well, I think that was part of it. Go ahead.
The mats were available, too. I think a lot of the mats, because you guys know Frontline Gaming and Table War dissolved their partnership this year. So those fat mats were like on sale, too. Like if you went up and you said, hey, I want mat number 48 from Table 48, you could put a bid on it, and then I think you can just buy it and then take it home.
And they were like $45.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on a call for mine to tell me it's ready to pick up.
Oh, pick up?
Yeah.
So you still have to ship it?
Yeah. What was supposed to happen was they were supposed to give you a call when they were done clearing the terrain off of it, and you would go pick it up. But I just didn't get a call, and I was busy with canceled flights, so I didn't follow up. So I sent an email today, but yeah. But still $40 for a fat mat's a great deal.
And now the train was for sale too, right? Is that right?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, the train was for sale. I'm just making it up.
they're selling most of Spain, but
you could
come on, Red Train.
You could purchase the unassembled, unfinished terrain. I did almost buy a couple of the billboards.
Ooh, I didn't see that. Oh, the billboards.
Yeah,
those were dope.
Yeah. And it's pretty dope. And you know, something else I really appreciated is like there's a very kind of a unique Frontline feel with the banners and signage everywhere. Something I didn't even really think about until the weekend is they have a very unique kind of visual style with their 40K art. And it looked really good. And it really kind of it helped you find where you were going, especially because, I mean, they had events over 3 rooms, and it was just like dozens and dozens of things going on at the same time. It was a wonderful kind of way to kind of separate everything out. I don't know who does that art, but it's very, the cartooniness of it I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I don't know either. And they're still making new stuff. They're still working with the same artists. Like this year, they put Pathfinder banners up, because they had Pathfinder there for the first time this year, and stuff like that. And so, yeah, the same artist is still definitely working for them. And yeah, it does have a very unique, edgy, but also cartoony look to it. It's fun.
One thing I have to ask there, and I would kind of be remiss not to ask, where did Elvis come from? Or Marine Elvis come from?
Well, that was the primary trophy.
That's the winner of the L.V.O, the 400-person 40K tournament. Got their name engraved on a statue of a space marine holding a guitar with an Elvis head. And I'm talking like Bubba Hotep Elvis style. It was fantastic.
I think it's just because it's Vegas, but I don't know. I've never asked Mr. Frankie that directly. That's a great question. I think it's just because it's in Vegas, and there is nothing more Vegas, or at least there was at the time, than Elvis, right? I think even more than Wayne Newton or Celine Dion. If you think Vegas, 70s Vegas, you
definitely
it's like the Rat Pack.
Yeah. Yeah, all 4 of those guys could fit on the trophy, so they just had to choose one.
I'm saying the Donnie and Marie trophies next year with a Sister of Battle and a Space Marine.
That'd be great.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. Yeah. So, Dave, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I mean, you said you were a garage player mainly. Kind of, what do you play and all that other kind of fun stuff?
I'm one of those guys. I love having all kinds of different stuff. I love playing something different all the time. So I do play Space Marines. That's what I started with. Yeah. When the 8 guys that I played in the garage with, we all chose just a different army, and we didn't know anything about 40K. We just rolled over from playing Dungeons and Dragons, and we started playing 40K, and we just all chose one. I chose Space Marines, but I've been working lately on a Nurgle Death Guard army, and I've really been enjoying that, especially since the new Trader Legion stuff came out. I'm all excited. I started before it came out, so I'm not just a bandwagon hopper, unlike some people.
Wow.
Like that jerk Brian from the friendly tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, body blow. But, no, so I'm slowly crossing over to Chaos Space Marines. I think we're looking at the year that Chaos Space Marines can compete with fun. Maybe not always top table, but definitely have a fun, competitive army. And so I'm crossing over right now to CSM, and then with Nurgle Demons as like an ally, just because I have been collecting them and painting them over the last year. And I think they're a fun aesthetic. I think they look cool. They're fun to paint. And it all kind of fits together.
Are you going to bring them to the GT?
For Vegas?
Yeah.
No, but I'll probably take them to a Bay Area Open this year.
Oh, okay. All right.
Painted up, definitely ready to go.
So you're still contending for the wooden bolter then? All right.
Yeah. No,
damn it.
I'm going to play these guys, but I'm not going to use any of the rules. I'm just going to use straight CSM, no formations. It'll be CADs.
So there's my 1850 Eldar list for next year. Is going to be
obliterators, nothing but obliterators.
An autarch, 6 10-man squads of guardians.
That's it.
And then nothing but striking scorpions and howling banshees on foot.
Wow.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, just for fun.
Yeah, no, my luck could be like, oh man, this is so anti-meta, it works.
We can't contend with all these guys.
Harlequins, and I want you to put them in reserve, but not outflank. You have to walk in from your table edge and try to run all the way across the board and get to the end.
I got to tell you, that FAQ to the reserve rules is why I went started playing Eldar mainly, not Tyranids. Because with Tyranids, there's a formation called Sporefield. Where it's basically a bunch of all the shitty little spores, but when they die or they blow up, they go back into reserve and you can put them back on the table, and they keep going back on like a 4-up. But then they made a rule where in the FAQ they said that it goes back onto ongoing reserve, which means you can't enter from deep strike and they enter your table edge.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
When your spores are moving like 3 inches a turn and they don't count for scoring or anything, like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's my army list invalidated. I guess I'll just go for the new hotness. Where's my skill?
Well, that one formation of cultists got that same treatment, right?
Yeah.
What was that?
They go into ongoing reserve and get the outflank, but you can't outflank from ongoing reserve, and they have to do the same thing, walk out from the back of the table. So you're not alone in occasionally getting the raw edge of a rule deal from GW.
I mean, I played Tyranids. I have at least 5 Hive Tyrants. So,
Jeez.
But now on the plus side, you can leave those spores at home and put your Riptide in.
That's right. Tyranids with a Riptide wing. That's the new hotness. No. I tried that to come on Apocalypse Allies.
Can you put spores into a transport?
You're going to buy that, and as soon as you buy it, 8th edition will drop, and they're going to say all those formations are Apocalypse only.
No. They're making all the pancakes with the Riptides.
Now, speaking of 8th edition, gamers notoriously hate change. My lovely Fall of Cadia YouTube video is now up to 32,000 views, which is like literally insane to me. Based on the fear of change. But
I don't know what you're talking about. I still have my 3rd edition orcs still separated into their 3rd edition squads.
One day you'll be good.
Yeah, exactly. Andy Chambers, please come back.
How do you think, I mean, what do you think with 8th edition? What's going to happen there?
Really? Like, what I really think they're going to do? Well,
yeah.
I don't know. There's so many things that are flavorful in 40K that would be hard to get rid of. I know people have talked to getting rid of templates, because it slows the gains down and becomes argumentative, saying it's, the 1 millimeter, that base underneath the small blast template, all that kind of good stuff, because Age of Sigmar doesn't have them. But I don't know, that those things add a certain flavor. I'd be surprised if they go away. But let me see, if I really thought that they were going to kibosh something, I think maybe get rid of the free stuff.
Oh, it seems like there's fewer of those lately, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like all the new trader stuff came out and no free gear.
Okay.
Right. Maybe like a backpack or a Chaos Lord jumping in with Raptors or something like that. But you have to pay for everything else. The only free thing you get is a 15-point backpack or jump pack. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot different than 360 points of rhinoes or something.
Yeah, like your battle cup
Jesus
where
Christ.
you get free transports for everyone, or even that AdMech one. Was it the Grand Competition?
All the upgrades,
where every upgrade is free for everything, and nothing gets hot. And
I think they were just trying to get you to mod the most ridiculous things on your models, so that when they got rid of it, like, you have to buy all new models.
Either that, or they bought it to the magnet market. And
that's it. Secretly.
Well, I think they're probably looking once again at Age of Sigmar and the things that are working there. And I think Age of Sigmar, they don't have those kind of restrictions. You build your squad however you want. You just pay for the unit, right?
Right.
And then you can trip it out or trick it out however you want to. So maybe they were just kind of flirting around with that option, which wouldn't be bad. If they said all armies, you just pay the base cost, and whatever upgrades you want to put into it other than artifacts are just free. If you want a power fist on your sergeant, you take it. I think it'd be fine as long as they did it for the whole game, but I think it's tough when you just give it to one army here and one army there.
That's that is kind of interesting, because I think like with a lot of their board games, they kind of have like a mechanic where like your heavy weapon is good, however your heavy weapon has limitations, and like each heavy weapon isn't necessarily like a they're distinct, but there's not one that's necessarily better than the other. And I think with power weapons, they kind of did that a few editions ago, where you just bought power weapon, you didn't buy a power sword, power maul, etc. And then like the abilities and the AP just kind of adjusted. Like it was either unwieldy and it's AP2 or it's AP3, and you can pair it with a spork. And get an extra hand weapon, so I don't know, like I could definitely see, like if they had like a long reaching goal, and they're going to revamp like they did with third edition, and just like start from scratch with everything like that would be a really neat way to go, and I could kind of see the precedent for that.
I don't see them going right to scratch though.
Yeah,
it won't go back to scratch. I think 40K right now is probably more popular than it's been What do you guys think in like the last 8 years at least?
At least,
Maybe.
yeah. I mean, it's like we're seeing a ton of new players coming into the hobby. We're seeing kind of the cost of entry coming down with things like Kill Team and kind of slow builds and the popularity of that. But like I said, I think we got to look to Age of Sigmar for some of the rules there. I know the most often talked about one is kind of the monster rules and how monstrous creatures get weaker as the more wounds they take.
Oh, right.
Which, would be a great change to the game because, you have this Wraith Knight. Yeah, it has 6 wounds or whatever it is it has. If I'm going to cheat and say 8 wounds.
It has 8 wounds.
But it has 8 wounds, yeah. No, but it has 6 wounds. If it takes 5 las cannon shots, it should not be able to function the same to me as it does if it had taken none.
All good, dead.
Dead, yeah. Yeah, I was hit in the shin 5 times.
So that begs the question then, do vehicles degrade in the same way monsters do?
In a way, they already do. I mean, you have immobilized, you have weapon destroyed, and stuff like that. But
I want to.
Yeah, good.
I want to see if it has legs, it's a monstrous creature. If it has wheels, it's a vehicle. So, like Dreadnought's monstrous creature.
Yeah, I know. I really want to
Knights.
see vehicles change. I don't necessarily know if it's going to be like going towards monstrous creature rules or wounds or something like that. But it's something.
In a world where a Wraith Knight is a monstrous creature, or Gargantua's monstrous creature, and an Imperial Knight has front armor 13, and I can one shot it with a Melta Squad. It's
It's the same world that your cargo transport container has the same stat line as a Wraith Knight versus a...
Oh, shit.
Yeah, those transport containers are no joke.
What's the stats on that?
It's like toughness 8, 3 wounds, or toughness 7, 3 wounds.
Yes.
It's like a 3-up save.
So it's like a Wraith Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
But it's crazy.
What's going on there, man? Cargo.
Yeah.
Got some new uniforms, some sea rations for the guardsmen. And, of course, we arm it with a Stormbolter in case cultists try to steal the rations.
And it's kind of marrying kind of fluff with crunch here, but it's kind of like you can see the enemy commander going like, shoot the crates, they're getting rerolls from it.
Yeah, no doubt. Blow it up. It's weird that you see something like that have a toughness value, which once again, are they flirting with giving everything a toughness value and taking away like the vehicle, like armor stats? Or is it just like, hey, let's just drop this in the puddle and see what happens?
I definitely see fewer and fewer. Like the Mechanicum dudes. There's like a lot of the robots and stuff that are getting toughness values. And I mean, back in the day, I can't remember how they operated before. Did they have toughness values in Rogue Trader? Actually, I think they might have. Okay, never mind. Redact what I just said. Everything I said. I wasn't even on the podcast.
You edit it, man. It's you redact.
Future Ted, redact all my comments.
So yeah, I could definitely see that some of the vehicle stuff gets pared away a little bit so that you don't spend 250 points on a Land Raider that gets one-shotted round one. I could definitely see something like that happen.
I can also see kind of the internet backlash of the passive aggressive. Oh, so I guess my Land Raider is a guy now. Buh, 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 buh.
But all you have to do is, first of all, if you add that degrading thing, right? Like first wound you take, no effect. Second, or a hope one, I say, whatever you want to call it. Second one is, roll for a random weapon. Third one is maybe your toughness dropped by 1. And then the fourth one, it's wrecked, but it always blows up because that's funner. And, whether you get scattered by guts from a Wraith Knight or tracks from a Land Raider, I think that'd be fun no matter what.
I would miss the explode mechanic. You know what I miss though? They should pull in from like 5th edition fantasy, I think it was.
What's that?
I remember, or was it 4th edition fantasy? It was the one with the Bretonnians and the Lizardmen on the cover.
I don't remember.
I think they had a template in there which was a fallen down giant.
Oh yeah.
I want to see a Wraith Knight on his ass, and that's the template. And then when you kill a Wraith Knight, it falls down in his ass and squishes whoever's behind it.
That'd be cool.
Well, Imperial Knights do it already, so why not?
Yeah, but they scatter like 12 inches over their own guys.
Wasn't it last edition where you had to, or is it this edition where you're supposed to put down like a crater when something blows up? Or
I think that's last edition.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry, forge your narrative. Discuss it with your opponent before the game.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, so I could definitely see that happen. We talked about it on the Lost podcast. But I would love to see a limit on independent characters in units.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love to see one independent character per unit, and independent characters cannot join with each other.
Because right now, I think what we're seeing is kind of similar to kind of in 6th edition when you had kind of the buff manders. Like where you'd have like a single Tau commander who would join a single Riptide and hand out buffs to that.
Yeah.
Whereas right now, what you're having, and especially for armies of the Imperium, is you're going to have a unit where I'm going to take this special character here and put it in the unit and give it this, and I'm going to take this special character here and give it to the unit and get this.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just, I think someone said in the episode that we lost. I don't think
it was pretty profound.
I don't think many people would complain if that kind of rule went in. In fact, I would be interested in having Frontline maybe broach a thing there. But then the rumor is that they're going to be working on allies.
What do you mean? We're working on allies.
Frontline.
Frontline's
yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, I think I read.
How about John?
I think I read on the internet, so obviously it must be true that there might be changes to the ally chart coming.
Oh, from
well, hopefully, if there is, it's for orcs and Tyranids. But,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, because they're battle brothers with Necrons.
Well, that if you want to speak to that, I think that is probably something we'll definitely see if and when the 8th edition drops, is like a reorganization of like the Imperial faction and the Astartes faction and the Xenos faction, where your allies list is, you know, blurred a little bit. It makes it easier to mix and match those armies. Because I think the reason why 40K is so popular right now is because you can mix and match 3 to 4 armies all the time and get interplay and, you know, do all that kind of synergy and stuff like that, except for some of those bottom tier guys that got left out, like Tyranids and Orcs. And I can definitely see them making it possible for those guys to come back in with some allies.
I did. I think it's the way the Gathering Storm books are going as well. We're seeing those kind of shift in factions. Like I can see the Imperium kind of split in two coming up here with the stuff happening from McCrae.
What kind of split are you thinking?
Well, you know, spoilers. If you haven't seen the spoilers all over the internet, I was going to say Marnius Calgar. No, Rowboat Girly Man is back and he's alive. And so you have someone who's been dead for almost 10,000 years, waking up to an Imperium, which is essentially what Lorgar said the Imperium should be. Everyone worshiping the Emperor as a god. He's a corpse on a throne. He might not like that. So,
Chaos is winning. I don't know if anyone knows that or not.
Yeah, and Chaos is winning. So
my question is what Prince Charming gave Robot Gulliman the kiss?
I believe it was Xenos technology. So I'm guessing it
wasn't a true love kiss that brought him back from his eternal sleep.
I'm guessing it was a freaky Inyad girl with the long flowing dress that needs a friggin' bike stand to fit on.
All right, I'd be in on that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Corsets and call armor.
Yeah.
So I noticed you guys were painting up some new miniatures, right? Of the new Triumph Pirate?
John has.
Yes, I have. I was painting to the past couple of days there. I decided, I mean, we meme him and people kind of, you know, respectfully kind of turn what Duncan from Games Workshop says into memes and haha, thin your pants and did it. But I'd never actually done one of his tutorials kind of step by step.
Who did you?
And I did. The avatar that I posted up on our Facebook page and on my Twitter.
Looks dope.
Looks dope. It looks really, really good. But that is literally
I kind of looked at that and I was like, wow, John can paint.
It was like literally just following step by step everything that Duncan did in a 20-minute video and just pausing in between steps. So it's fantastic. And especially because like that avatar, putting that together, like at the start of the video, is like, oh, fully assemble the model first. And I'm like, okay. So I started, I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking awful. Why did I assemble all this first? These soul freaking storms. Like I have one piece where I was dry brushing it and it's attached by 2 very tiny pieces and I broke it off twice.
I'm going to pick up your model and not break it.
Go pick up my model and not break it. But yeah, so it's literally just following kind of that technique and it's fantastic. So yeah, I can't recommend Duncan enough for that there.
So you're saying the professional GW painter who they put up a video of almost every day knows what he's doing?
I know, it's crazy, right?
Bananas.
I actually sent him a tweet and I said, thank you, man. It was like, you talked me off the cliff because I saw that model And then I assembled it, and I'm like, shit, I can't do this. This thing is crazy insane.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, no problems. He was like, it's harder to put together than to paint. And
wait, so he actually talked right back to you?
he tweeted me back and said no word or thank you or something like that.
Still, he acknowledged your existence.
Oh, I know.
You guys are going steady now.
On base, yeah.
Second base.
Yeah, so he replied to me on Twitter when I said thank you, so you can say it's kind of serious right now.
Yeah, huh?
But yeah, so
You're gonna wear his Letterman jacket.
So next, I'm patiently waiting for him to post his next tutorial for another member of the triumvirate.
So how do you pronounce that? I don't know if it's a new faction, but the new Eldar kind of, is it Yanari?
It's Inari. The Y's are pronounced as I's.
Thank you. All right. So are the Inari separate from all the other Eldar and Dark Eldar and Harlequins?
Sort of. They are a collection of Eldar and Dark Eldar and Harlequins who kind of have left their craft worlds in Comora and plays behind.
They're basically a Xenos grouping of all the different factions of Eldar that play together nicely together.
They're the Death Watch of the Eldar.
So in Fall of Cadia, they had the Castellans of the Imperium kind of force organization chart where you could pick units from all the different. You have one of those in the new book for Eldar. And you can essentially kind of pick and choose different characters. The only difference is the only Lords of War you can take are the Avatar of Enid and the regular Wraith Knight. But yeah, so it's kind of a collection who are kind of worshipping Enid together. And they have some like really awesome rules. I'm still kind of on the fence about them though. For Eldar,
it definitely sounds like they're already putting together these larger multi-faction books.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of similar to End Times. I don't know. I hate to say that. But yeah, as every book seems to have kind of like a multi-faction bent to it, or kind of like a coming together of races. We were talking about it today, actually, and it was funny because the old Avatar, the Avatar of Cain, can kick the Avatar of Enid's ass.
Huh. Like in the fluff or?
In the game. It cannot wound the Avatar.
Really? Why is that?
Because the Enid's
Melt a flame sword?
The Avatar of Enid's sword has the Soul Blaze special rule, and the Avatar of Cain is immune to Soul Blaze.
Wow.
First of all, anyone that uses Soul Blaze,
OP.
It's already a garbage rule. I mean, let's face it. In hand-to-hand combat in 40K, it should only last one round, right? If you've already gone into 2 rounds, somebody in that combat failed. Right, your berserker strip didn't make it all the way in, or whatever.
You rolled 75 ones
if you're locked in combat still.
Yeah,
I kind of look at it like the blankets that Christopher Columbus left.
Wrapped in smallpox.
Like, we failed, but our blankets will win.
There's no evidence of that.
All right, sorry.
That he allegedly
Don't
left.
lies on the internet.
Alternative facts.
Oh God, no! I will kick you. Oh God, I hate it so much.
Anyway,
so I just wanted you guys to know while I was waiting for you to Skype me right now.
Okay.
I was reading The Last Son of Dorn.
Oh.
I am about 50 pages into that.
Which number is that?
10.
10? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right.
I gotta say, my favorite part
Shadow
of
Sword.
that so far is there's like a tech marine, and they describe his servo harness of just like independently like smashing an orc skull against a bulkhead.
Oh.
And that made me very happy.
Yes, tech marines are very Dr. Octopus in these.
But yeah, it's fantastic. And we will get back to our Beast Arises.
Yeah.
We need to finish 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
I think we're 2 months behind that. So yay us.
At least.
We also need to read Shadow Sword.
Yeah.
We're going to have Gab Thorpe back on here soon to do a book review with us of Shadow Sword.
Yeah.
By proxy, I kind of want to read Baneblade as well, because Baneblade was the first book in the series, and
yeah, I don't know if it's a carryover. I haven't looked into it, but if it continues on or not.
I don't know. I mean,
it's pretty good. I got about the first third into it, and it's one of those great like day in the life kind of books. So that's cool.
Day in the life of a Baneblade.
Yeah,
Is it told from the perspective of a machine spirit?
No, see the Bane blade. It's yes, actually, yes,
Oh, okay.
it is.
Yeah.
It delivers.
So
pizzas.
I'm sorry, Dave. I cut you off. You had a question for Ted.
No. I was gonna bounce. I was gonna say, John is already committed to L.V.O.
Yeah.
next year.
Uh-huh.
Ted.
Yeah. By then, I'll have money again. And the Legion of the Damn Army will arise.
Can't you guys just hop on like a salmon ship coming back?
Oh, yeah.
You know, Dave,
I don't think they salmon this.
I don't know if you know this, but I am actually an immigrant to this country, and they don't take kindly to people stowing away on vessels to get to America, the lower 48 in
Who
America.
said stowing? I mean, can't you like repair nets while you travel south? And
I would much rather use my airline miles than repair nets.
Wow.
All right, everybody, you hear that? Pro
Yeah.
tip: start using your credit cards now. Make sure you pay them off at the end of the month. Build up your airline miles and return to L.V.O.
And
you could donate your airline miles to the Mob Rules crew.
If you also link your utilities to your airline miles account, then some also give you airline miles for that as well.
Shit. I haven't thought about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
This internet we're using right now, all airline miles, baby.
Wow.
I know.
See, my house is electric heat, and so I think they said like the annual bill is like $6,000. That's a fuck ton of airline miles.
Simple. Just don't use heat.
Get the yak in here, cuddle the yak.
So Dave,
all the parasites.
Back to the L.V.O. talk real quick here, and then we'll let you get going. What was kind of the highlights of your weekend here? Like I said, you had kind of a unique experience. You got to see all the kind of the top competitive games, but you also kind of wander around the hall there. So what were kind of like what would be your highlight reel for Las Vegas Open 2017 miniature wargaming, not darts?
Let me take that in for a second. Well, hands down, I think the last two games I got to shoutcast on Sunday, they're just fascinating. I love watching that high level play. Everyone's so nervous, right? But respectful. I really like watching that high level play. It's exciting. If you guys don't watch it on Twitch, if you're listening to this and you don't watch Sunday on Twitch because it's Super Bowl or whatever, watch it when they rebroadcast. I don't know if it'll have the same vibe, but those guys they're under the pressure. You think about it, you just competed with 400 people, and now it's mano a mano against another ridiculously tough army. And just being in the room, you pick up that tension. It's like going to a pro sporting event live versus watching it on TV. You know what I mean? It's just that intensity but you're the only crowd member there. It's just you. So that's pretty cool. Yes, I love that. I also loved, actually, what was it? Was it Thursday night when they had the propane, or not the propane, but the armies out for judging?
Oh, Chris Rush thing? Or is that something different?
No, it's for the actual GT, I think. They judged the armies on Thursday night.
Yeah, you can come and have a display board laid out, and you put your name down there, and then the judges come around and judge the armies. And I love that, too, because I'm not a great painter, but I like to hand paint all my own stuff. And I thought that was worth getting there that night before and taking a walk through and taking pictures of those armies, because they're just beautiful. There's such a high level of skill out there, and it's really neat. And then, of course, let's see, Vegas, baby. I had a Sunday night. I was all by myself, and I just went and I had a steak at that steak restaurant in Valley. I just wanted to get a little quiet time in my life. You know what I mean? And I went and had the steak, and then I went and had a few drinks at the bar next to it, and they had like a live band. It was playing blues and jazz. And I tell you, if you're not happy in Vegas, you're doing something wrong. There's something there for everybody. You don't have to gamble. You don't have to go to the strip clubs. There's entertainment and excitement all over the place. You just got to find what makes you happy.
I think the best place I found was the elevator banks at the Bally's, choking out a Falcons fan who was charging some shit with a Patriots fan.
The fisticuff incident that you guys got into?
Excitement for everybody.
Yeah, so there was a small fight between two sets of drunken football fans that nerds ran in and broke up. And then I couldn't get to my hotel room because there was two football fans laying bleeding on the floor yelling profanities at each other.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I had to use the service elevators because you couldn't break that.
Hey man, at least
I tried.
At least you're a staff and could use a service elevator. I had to use the other elevator to go all the way up to the 20th floor, cross across, and then go back down to 12.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, I really wish somebody would have videotaped the nerds breaking up the. That would have been awesome. That
You mean the nerds who were like twice the size as the football people?
That was crazy. Although it was like 4-1. So
one of the guys we went down with got kicked out of the food court,
which is probably like the only person past pubescence kicked out of a food court.
Oh no, he got kicked out of MGM first, and
shit.
then he went to the food court to watch Super Bowl, and then he pushed a guy over a table, so he got kicked out of the food court.
Although that guy deserved it.
Yeah.
First of all, let me also point out that in Vegas, there's some leeway in Vegas. All right, like most places, you knock a guy over the table, you might go down to the Hooskow for an hour or two. You know what I mean? But in Vegas, like, oh, nothing's broken. All right, you leave. Don't come back for at least 4 hours.
They actually sent him to the casino at the same building and specifically told him to go to the casino.
You're gonna spend money, Jackass. Yeah. He's obviously lit.
We got more security upstairs. Just go and spend. Have a good time.
I was pretty impressed with like how quickly the medical responder responded to that
Well,
fight
you
in the
mean
elevator.
5 minutes later after we were yelling and screaming and pounding on doors to get security?
Still,
He
it's
said
pretty
the
good.
medical responder gone.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
The security was after that. They're like, whoa, wait. There's a real fight?
They were about to
Send the
go,
medic.
but they saw the Alaskan enforcers down there, and they're like, "Oh, we don't need to go. Alaska's on it."
It's all right. They wrestle polar bears.
Well, when they break into our igloos, Ted. When they break into our igloos.
After we're done date raping. Anyway, so
yeah, I would say I had a great time. My second year at the L.V.O, and I think this year was even cooler than the first time I went, just because there's so many more things to look at, so many more armies out there, and I know Reese and I know Frankie, and they'll try to go just as big next year. And I talked to the guys from GW, and they're on a circuit right now. They're planning, I think, to go to Adepticon.
Yeah,
I'm not sure where else they're going to go, but they're going to go to a couple events here in the States and do a little tour. And I think they're already planning to come back to L.V.O next year. So it's pretty neat. You know, if you get a chance to talk to people from and that's another great thing, right? I met people from Alaska. You guys are awesome. And I enjoyed meeting you guys.
It's very true.
I love meeting people from around the world, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a good time.
Well, we'll be back down. I'll be back down with a wife escort next year.
Oh, really?
Not an escort that's a wife, but with my wife. She wants to come down this year too. Now that I've kind of like seen the place out.
Yeah. It's safe for her.
Yeah,
you'll allow her.
There's kind of like she was worried she didn't want to go down because there was like, so what am I going to do while you're playing all day? But now I'm going to be like, well, there's a whole hall to walk around, and there's casinos, and
there was a whole Facebook group that was just for the wives of the LVO.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think Dave's wife, the other Dave, his wife was part of that, and so she hung out with I think Reese's sisters, and
Reese's sister runs that.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool. There was like a couple of...
I'll have to let her know. LVO widows.
Yeah, they had pictures from their events, and it was like, I think they had more fun than we did. Like, they were up in the high roller and like all this other stuff. I'm like, wow.
Nice.
Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah, there's always something to do. The question is she going to actually spend like 4 times as much as you because she's not tied down to the table for 9 hours a day?
Oh, she's not seen the Forge World table. No way you can spend 4 times as much as me. I can keep pace.
I forgot about Forge World.
Tighten me, sir. Tighten me.
Tighten me. Okay, Dave. Well, thank you for your time tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, no problem,
for the second time. Good to talk to you again. We'd definitely love to have you back on before next year as well, and kind of shoot the shit some more. Pardon my
I got
French.
some plans. We'll see if they come to fruition.
Oh, man.
Is he coming to Battlezone Ursa?
Oh, man.
You come to Alaska?
We'll see. I might be trying to do some news coverage for the ITC. We'll see what happens. We're working hard right now to get something set up, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh, man.
Cool.
Well, I can't wait to tell you all about my Battlezone Ursa event and the camera setup we're going to have for our top table because I'm going to copy you guys in GW because, man, those rigs are good.
Oh, dude, I have to say, I love the GW Zuma cameras. The rotating Zuma cameras they're awesome. I mean, the folks at Frontline, the cameras are very high def. You can really see pretty good with them, but as far as a shoutcaster, I would love to be able to sit there off to the side and zoom in on stuff. Mariana, if you can hear me now.
Yeah.
Christmas wish list.
Mariana, if you can hear him now, please mention our podcast to people.
Hey, I took Ted on the Twitch. I can't do any more than that.
Awesome.
No, that was real good of you, man.
I think like our other buddy Dave has been trying to take credit for our download numbers, but yeah, between that, the Twitch, I think the Twitch. Oh my gosh, because you said you had like 2,000 some odd people watching it at one point.
I think they got up to over 3.
Dang, yeah, that's great. So anytime you guys are twitching,
no, literally, that would be rude.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll go wrap it up. Dave, thank you for joining us, and we will talk to you soon.
Oh yeah, guys, take care.
It's good to talk to you, Dave. See you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Earl Hagen was a legend. In 1960, he whistled his way into Hollywood and into our hearts. Decades later, he made a comeback, lending those lustrous lips in the 1980s to such bands as the Scorpions, Guns N' Roses, and Pat Benatar. A half-century after his humble beginnings, he's at it again. This time without cumbersome musical accompaniment, he'll have you wetting your whistle and whistling along. His new album, Earl Whistles Disney, is sure to be a hit with all generations. Order now and receive a bonus album, Earl Whistles More Shit, a collection of previously unreleased material of Earl's favorite songs through the years. On this bonus album, he demonstrates his newly mastered technique of inward whistling. Order yours today on compact disc or double-length cassette. Also available at fine retailers such as Walgreens, CVS, and participating Sam Goody stores. Earl Whistles Disney. Buy it today.
And thank you, David.
That was rad.
That was good.
That was super cool.
Really good guy.
Tolerating us all these recordings.
Really good guy. I look forward to having him back on in the future.
You know, I think he's pretty much our, other than Phil, he's now our biggest returning guest.
Yes.
And he's only been on one episode.
Technically only one. Actually, like 3. But yeah, so thank you for David for taking time out and kind of coming back and talk to us assholes about stuff.
That was dope.
Lots of good conversation, lots of fun. Check out Frontline Gaming on Twitch.
I can't wait to run up against his wooden spoon army. I'm really excited about him and I competing for
actually
wooden spoon.
Super tempted to just go and compete for last place.
You think so?
Yeah.
Dude, challenge.
Who can do worse?
Yeah? All right. What are you going to take?
I will literally...
I would go with Inquisition. That way you get at least a default
I would
prize.
Literally just take a 15-point Inquisitor in my 1850 army.
Oh, no, come on. You got to actually...
You got to actually fill it out?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess there's going to be ground rules for it. So
yeah.
You got to fill out your 1850 army. So I'm going to do 1850 Legion of the Damned.
No, that's what I'm doing. I told you that already.
Auto lose
That's not
turn
fair.
1.
That's not fair. You can't.
Fine. I'm going to do 1850 of Inquisition and Valkyries.
Okay.
Without a sky shield.
No, you're going to... God damn it.
We both draw.
That's not fair. Oh, man.
Well, yeah. So thank you all for listening in.
Yeah.
Like I said, we would rather bring you quality product lates. Than not at all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we will be back. When are we coming back to that? Are we going to be back next week? We're going to get back on that 2-week schedule?
Yeah, I don't know. We got like a week and a half or something. Because I'll drop this on Tuesday.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
So we should return to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yes.
I don't know when that is.
Oh, man. Then we got to look at the schedule because I think Adepticon might... I don't know. We'll see.
I think, honestly, what we're going to do for Adepticon is we're going to Skype
right.
you in.
What is Adepticon? Which week is that?
I think it's March 17th.
Oh, by the way, I looked up Wooden Spoon.
What is Wooden Spoon?
It's not as exciting as you'd think. It was actually, I think it was Cambridge.
Anally inserted into the loser?
As a matter of fact, it was not originally called the Wooden Spoon. It was the Wooden Dorcas. And it
was it literally called?
No, it was not.
I was like, Jesus Christ, that's amazing.
Wow, that was really on par. Yeah, I think it was just like, I think it was the University of Cambridge had, I think there was like a math triathlon or whatever, and the person who got, I think like the lowest test scores or something like that during that got the Wooden Spoon, and this dates back to 1875. and it just like it stuck with. Eventually went into sporting, and then
we are literally having a wooden spoon nurse as well. It's not a cool.
Is it real?
It's not a cool painted bolter. It'll probably literally just be a wooden spoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's still cool.
Yeah. Probably a little less price support. Sorry, guys. More trophies. I'm going to spend more on trophies this year because trophies are rad as shit.
Yeah, let's talk about that because I think I was gonna try and make a medals last year, and then I started doing everything else. But that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, you do have like art ADD sometimes.
Oh God, as well as everything else. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'll promise you things, and you'll not take me up on it, and be smart about it. And
that's what we do.
I'll disappoint, but you won't really because you'll have not taken me up on it.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's what we do.
In my head, think you will.
Oh, that's so sad. That's a sad way to end it. So yeah,
all right.
We'll be back next episode.
Yeah.
I'm stoked to talk about maybe some Inari Yeldar.
Oh yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah.
We'll probably change our mind before then, though.
Okay.
But yeah, Gathering Storms are gathering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and we're gonna stay up to date on this one, and we're not gonna fall 4 months behind like Vista Rises, which is still coming.
Huh. Okay.
Maybe.
Whatever.
But yeah, thanks for listening. And so for Mob Rules, I've been John.
Hey, I'm Ted still.
And we're
I was
new
catchphrase.
Yeah, we're just gonna
I forgot about what it is.
It was really good when we did it in Vegas.
Thank you, Nate.
Thank you, Nate. But for Mob Rules, our property might be intellectual, but we're not.
Oh, that's so good.
Smooth.
Yeah, that's a tattoo on my nipple. Bye.
Bye.
This episode of Mob Rules has been brought to you by Mob Rules Media. Please join our Facebook group to be part of the conversation at facebook.com/MobRulesAK. You can also email us at themob@tophat-arts.com. Thanks for checking us out, and we will see you in 2 weeks.